He is the master of all frogs, and his name is Frogs Master 595. Frogs Master 595. Frogs Master 595. Frogs Master 595. Hey everyone, this is Frogs Master 595. Macarena. 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 Macarena turtle. My Macarena turtle. You know, not the one that I used to have in 2007. No, not that one. The one that was good. No. This Macarena turtle. The one that I got in January of 2014. Jeez, I've had this guy for 4 years already. Man. Yeah. And oh boy, I remember when I got him. His head used to move, he went side to side, but his arms did not really move. They went up a little, but that's it. Then they would just go back down. So they were always in this position, as we all know. They would go up to about here. That's as high as they would go. This one would go up to about there too. So, yeah, that's how high they would go. He would move side to side, you know, and his mechanism would be like normal. And his head, though, when it would move, it would sound like it was splitting a little bit. Not as bad as Rapper's Delight, Hip Hop, and Easter Bunny, but you could hear the splitting noises for the gear in Macarena's head. But, you know, that was just the first day I got him. And on the first day, you know, he always went side to side, and his head always went up and down. But later on, things changed. His arms kind of always stayed the same. They went up a little, but that was it. But, okay, so, later on, he started to not go side to side anymore. Kind of like how Bootylicious would stop, then she started again, and now she's starting to stop again. Yeah, well, his side to side mechanism began to stop. And this was like 11 months ago or so. It started to happen, probably a year by now. Yeah. Began to stop. And his head, too. His head was beginning to stop as well. So, you know, that's not fun. So he basically would not move at all for a while. Now, there was one time about 6 months ago, 7, maybe 8, where he did start to move his head up and down again, and he would go side to side, except the difference is that his side-to-side mechanism was starting to sound a little bit splitty, and his head was just the same. It sounded like just how it always did. Somewhat of some splitting gears, but not a whole lot. But the side-to-side mechanism, it was starting to get it too. So yeah, that was about 6 months ago there. Arms still always the same. So, now let's head forward where, I don't know, maybe about a few days ago. Okay? So, he'd still not been moving, but finally, after a little bit of messing around with this piece of crap and trying to figure out how to get it to go good, finally, his head would move up and down and he would go side to side. But oh boy, it was different. The gears splitting in his head, you can hear those gears splitting from all the way of another room. I'm not even lying. You could hear the gears splitting if you were in another room. Now, if the door was shut and you were in another room, then maybe not. But still really loud. Even louder than what My Devil Went Down to Georgia's splitting gears sound like, and more than the Beaglemanias, and yeah, it's that loud. And as for his side-to-side mechanism, when that started moving again a few days ago, it sounded really splitty too. Just as much as the head, basically. You could hear it going, you know, however that splitting gear mechanism thing sounds, you know. Yeah. So both, really bad. The head was still worse. The head was really, really bad. Really loud. But the side-to-side mechanism, while it wasn't as bad, you could still hear the splitting gears. You could still definitely hear it. And his arms were still the same. They went up a little bit, Those never changed. They never completely stopped. Now, you know, about 11 months back, I used to try to put his arms up. And, well, sometimes it would work. I'd put the arms all the way up, and then when his head would move, his arms would go back and forth, and it was cool to see that. But, of course, it wouldn't go forever, and then as soon as his arms would go back down, they'd only go up to here again. Yeah, so that never worked completely right. That won't work right. It just won't. It won't. This thing has gotten a lot worse in these couple of days. It's gotten a lot worse. A lot worse. You see? I was trying to get this thing to where the head would always move and the body would always move. But even if it seemed like it'd be good after like 6 tries of it, moving the head and moving the body, on the 7th try it would stop. Or at some certain try, it would stop. And that's obviously because of the splitting gears. I mean, what else would it be? So I tried to mess around a little bit. Eventually I found out that this little piece right here would move the head up and down, see? And when I was messing with that, I was able to make the head to start moving. But then it would stop, of course. You know? Because, yeah. And you see, now when I do it up, of course, it's not going to work now because in doing it so many times, and now the thing is broken, and it doesn't work. It should be working, but it's not. Because, of course, you know, I mean, it's got to be like that. I mean, it can't just be normal. No. Guys, really bad. And side-to-side mechanism, that does not work at all. Every time it tries to work, it only goes to the left real quick, and it stops. It's like that every single time. Goes to the left real quick, then it stops. All it does. And, oh my goodness, when everything's not moving, since basically it does not move at all now, head doesn't move, side to side doesn't move, arms don't move, the mechanical noises that you hear in the sky are insane. Listen to this. See? So his head did start moving there, it seems like. But when this went over to the left, it stopped, just like I expected. It's like this every time. And the head did move, but it stopped there. See, so these gears are starting to really get to the head and the side-to-side mechanism to where it's just not going to go anymore. It's just not going to go. And, you know, yesterday, it's still being really stupid as usual. And, I kinda snapped the arm. Yeah. Now this arm will not do anything. 0% nothing. Except make those dumb mechanical noises. So, yeah. Snapped the arm here. This arm is still good, though, but I feel like it's gonna snap. I feel like it will. Yeah, see, this one isn't moving when the head moves, so that's weird. Also, this arm can actually spaz out. This one would too, if, you know, before it was snapped. Both of them were spazzing out a couple days ago. But this one can still spaz out. It's just, it's a little bit hard to do. It has to be in, like, a certain position or something. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to do. I don't know how I can get it to spaz out. It only does it at certain times. I don't think I'm gonna possibly be able to get this thing to spaz out. I guess it already kind of is spazzing out, because it, like, goes up really quick for a second and then goes back down, and it's really weird. But it can spaz out more, it can. But yeah, he's crap Macarena Turtle. Really bad. Peace.